in the celebration of Thailand's Father's Day or World Soil Day, Terra House would like to present to you His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej Royal Development Study Center project, which he did for the people of Thailand. Since his accession to the throne in 1946, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, the ninth king of the royal house of Chakri dynasty, has dedicated both time and efforts to the development work for the betterment of Thai people. Through constantly visiting every region of the country, often accompanied by Her Majesty Queen Sirikit and members of the royal family, His Majesty has become familiar with the problems and real conditions of the people. Consequently, His Majesty has realized the need to initiate development projects that would directly benefit the people at the grassroots level and at the same time be consistent with the local physical, climatic, and sociological conditions. As one of the major goals for rural development in Thailand is to search for ways to uplift the people's well-being, His Majesty, the King of Thailand, initiated not only the royal development projects, but also the establishment of the 6 royal development study centers in all regions of the country. The aim is to solve problems for people in the rural areas so that they can have a better quality of life and free from hardship, while enabling them to become strong and self-reliant. The first Royal Development Study Center we are going to talk about today is Phupan. Phupan is located in Sakon Nakhon. The purpose of Phupan is to generate more water, grow more forests, and harvest a sufficient life. According to His Majesty, the King's initiative on 25 November 1982, the Phupan Royal Development Study Center was established at Hue Yang Sub-District, Mueang District, Sakon Nakhon Province to conduct studies and experimentations on various areas of agricultural development in search of appropriate methods for solving the problem of the Northeast. The activities done in the study center are: first, development of water sources; second, development of soil; third, development of forestry; fourth, development of crop cultivation; fifth, development of animal husbandry; 6. Development of fishery, and 7. Development of community. The achievement of Phupan Royal Development Study Center are: since its establishment in 1982, the once dry forest area of 1,760 hectares has been revitalized into a spare forest abundant with diverse natural resources. In 2012, 3,914 people had attended training courses organized by the center. Likewise, its successful results had been shown to more than 71,000 visitors from different walks of life, including school and university students, government officials, farmers, media representatives, and general public. The second study center we are going to talk about today is Hue Hong Krai Royal Development Study Center, located in Chiang Mai. The purpose of Hue Hong Krai is to upstream forestry, downstream fishery, in between agriculture. Recognizing the impacts resulting from the loss of forests upon the watershed areas, His Majesty the King paid a keen attention to develop and conserve the forests since his initial royal visits to the northern region in 1962. Later, on 11 December 1982, His Majesty the King initiated the establishment of the Hue Hong Krai Royal Development Study Center, covering an area of about 1,360 hectares in the Hue Hong Krai Basin. The aim was to conserve the watershed areas as well as to develop and rehabilitate the deteriorated and barren forests to recover their fertility. Activities done in the study center are: first, development of water sources; second, development of soil; third, development of forestry; fourth, development of crop cultivation; fifth, development of intensive farming; 6. Development of animal husbandry; 7. Development of fishery; and 8. Development of community. The achievements of Hue Hong Krai are: since its establishment in 1982, one highly beneficial result of the studies conducted at Hue Hong Krai Royal Development Study Center is that of the forestry study project, which has served to improve the environment in the center area, eliminate forest fires, and produce a moist climate, particularly in forest development areas. The study and experimentation on using the wet fire break system has been conducted. This involves the construction of check dams to store water and to spread water throughout the area using a distribution system to provide moisture and fertility to soil and the forest to improve the texture of the soil and to be capable of completely protecting against forest fires. The third study center we're going to talk about is Khao Hin Son Royal Development Study Center located in Cha Cheong Sao. The purpose of Khao Hin Son is to fix land of eroded soil surface. Realizing the problem of soil degradation affecting the region, His Majesty the King came up with an idea of setting up the first Royal Development Study Center, the Khao Hin Son Royal Development Study Center, in Phnom Sarakham District, Cha Cheong Sao Province. The royal initiative for establishing the center include the development of sandy soil caused by repetitive monocropping of corn and cassava, the development of water sources in the center area, starting with construction of Hoi Chek Reservoir and others in nearby areas to supply water for agricultural activities, the development of field crops plantation suitable for the local area's conditions, the promotion of fish and animal raising, and the restoration of the area to its former fertility. The activities done by the study center are development of water sources, development of soil, development of forestry, development of crop cultivation, development of animal husbandry, development of fishery, and development of community. The achievements of Khao Hin Son are, since the establishment of the center in 1979, the natural resources have been rehabilitated continually from the empty forest, dry stream, bad land to fertile land. As can be seen from the number of forest areas, which increased from 5.4% in 1979 to 42.7% in 2007. Several water sources were built to support the agricultural activities. Indigenous plant species were selected to grow and distributed to the farmers to grow on their own farms to raise the income. The fourth study center we are going to talk about is Khung Kraben Bay Royal Development Study Center located in Chanthaburi. The purpose of Khung Kraben Bay is to manage rehabilitate the coastal resources from hilltop to sea base. His Majesty the King expressed his wish to conduct study and experimentation on development of coastal areas in Chanthaburi province. The purpose is to build a site as a guideline and to raise knowledge and awareness of the importance of the use and conservation of natural resources. In response to this initiative, the Khung Kraben Bay Royal Development Study Center was established on 28 December 1981 at Tha Mai District, Chanthaburi Province. It intends to implement His Majesty's wish by developing methods suitable for the development needs in the coastal zone of Chanthaburi Province, where mangrove destruction, decline of coastal fish stocks and saline water intrusion into agricultural lands have caused environmental deterioration and adversely affected the way of life of the local fishermen and farmers. Therefore, the main focus of the center's activity is studying the pattern of sustainable coastal resources management and developing the fishery and aquaculture activities along with development of the other activities to increase the country's production and to conserve the environment and the natural balance of maintaining the specific characteristic of the area. Activities done by the study center are: first, development of fishery and aquaculture along the coast. Second, development of forestry, mangrove forests. Third, development of soil. Fourth, development of crop cultivation. Fifth, development of animal husbandry. Sixth, development of community. And seventh, development of oriented tourism. The achievements of Khung Kraben Bay are: since the establishment of the Khung Kraben Bay Royal Development Study Center in 1981, the study, research and development activities have contributed towards quality of life of the villagers and farmers in the Khung Kraben Bay area, as well as serve as a successful demonstration model for effective coastal resources and environmental management. The center has played an important role towards restoring previous degraded mangrove forests and to restore the ecological balance of the coastal zone, which is vital for the survival of the coastal natural resource base. It has succeeded in conserving more than 1,800 hectares of natural forest on mountains, while 208 hectares of mangrove forest around the Khum Kraben Bay have been preserved through the participation of the local people. Due to regular surveillance, the cleaning of aquatic animals has helped to reduce damage from viruses affecting shrimp farms in aquaculture. Agriculture development, including crop cultivation and freshwater aquaculture, has been successfully guided towards sustainability. According to new theory, mixed farming and farming patterns, the activity that promotes maximum land use and allows continuous year-round production, have been applied on the farmer's land, resulting in an increase in farmers' income to a range of $2,333 to $4,000 per year. Next, the fifth study center we are going to talk about is Hoi Sai Royal Development Study Center in Phetchaburi. The purpose of Hoi Sai is to revive the soil, restore the forest, retain the sufficiency of life. The Hoi Sai Royal Development Study Center is located in the area that used to be abundant with variety of wildlife species, especially hawk deer or Nea Sai in Thai, from which the name Hoi Sai was derived. Until 1983, when the forests were damaged, leading to drought and soil degradation, His Majesty the King graciously suggested the development of the area into a Royal Development Study Center to conduct studies on the development of agriculture and the rehabilitation of forests to restore their former fertility. This thus led to the establishment of the Hoi Sai Royal Development Study Center in Cha Am District, Phetchaburi Province on 5 April 1983. Activities done in the study center are: first, development of water sources; second, development of soil; third, development of forestry; fourth, development of crop cultivation; fifth, development of animal husbandry; sixth, propagation of wildlife; seventh, development of fishery; eighth, development of alternative energy; and ninth, development of community. The achievements of Hoi Sai are: since its establishment in 1983, the results of the researches and experiments carried out by the center have been disseminated among the farmers. The center has succeeded in creating new varieties of crops such as double hybrid melons and tomatoes. This technology has been disseminated to the farmers, and the cultivation of these crops has been their permanent occupation. Moreover, the demonstrations of the integrated farming system and the agroforestry in the center have been successfully applied by many farmers both living in the surrounding villages and nearby areas, and induced considerable attention from visitors both inside and outside the country. Currently, the ecological balance has been restored principally through the reforestation program, the construction of a check dam system, and the cultivation of vetiver grass. The forest areas became more fertile. Many wild animal species which previously were rarely found start to reappear, and for hawk deer alone, many of them have been propagated and a number of them have been released to live in the natural forest around Taupun Mountain since 1992. In 2012, the center benefited 16,313 people, established 10 learning centers, and supported 2 farmers groups. Moreover, 2,591 people had attended training courses organized by the center, and 64,940 people visited the center. The last study center we are going to talk about is Pikun Thong Royal Development Study Center located in Narathiwat. The purpose of Pikun Thong Study Center is to deteriorate swamp forests, accumulate peat soil managed by Klang Din. With the concern over the Thai people living in the southern part of Thailand, His Majesty the King came up with an idea to establish the Pikun Thong Royal Development Study Center in Mueang District, Narathiwat Province during a royal visit between August and October 1981. The primary objective is to conduct studies and experimentations on ways to improve the peat soil condition, which can be applied to develop other peat soil areas as well as development methods and technology which particularly suit the development needs of the southern region of Thailand. The activities in the study center are: first, development of water sources; second, development of soil; third, development of forestry; fourth, development of crop cultivation; fifth, development of animal husbandry; sixth, promotion of fishery; seventh, promotion of renewable energy; and eighth, development of community. The achievements of the Pikuntong Study Centers are: since its establishment in 1982, the research and operations carried out by Pikuntong Rural Development Study Center have improved the condition of the peat soil through using soil acidity acceleration and amelioration technique, which incorporate the use of limestone dust together with the application of irrigation techniques in maintaining the underground water at the appropriate level and the use of fresh water to leach acidity from the soil. In remembrance of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej.